So Stork at this point, he's should probably think about dropping those Dark Templars somewhere. He's going in with Dark Templar, trying to drag the mines. He's fighting off tanks with Arbiters, which is pretty ridiculous. And now both guys are going to try to take more bases, and it's going to be extremely hard for each to do it. We could be seeing a mined out game here because neither looks willing to give way to the middle of the map. So I think Lita, he's coming up here. He might be able to siege. Yeah, he's going to siege this base. And I think another base is going to go down here from Stork. I don't see any way that he can go in with enough troops to stop it, especially considering the way that Lita's troops are laid out here. So it looks like Stork's going to lose another mining base, and a gateway is coming in with his troops. So it looks like he is going to try to stop this. He stasis one of the tanks there, a tank on the ledge, curiously enough. Going in with Arbiters. There's a scan from Lita. He doesn't have any science vessels in the vicinity, but he might be able to fight this off. The tanks are nicely positioned, so he might be able to get enough splash damage, but no. Stork rips through this attack, and Stork did not lose a whole lot of troops in the process, and he didn't even lose that base, I believe. I believe the Nexus is still up at the 5 o'clock. Lita's still in here with a bunch of vultures. Nice little standoff with those dragoons. And yeah, Stork still coming up the map, but Stork has got to do something special to stop this mechanical push from Lita. He's got to use those Arbiters very, very effectively, get some recalls and a bunch of stasises, maybe a recall into stasis in the main or something, get rid of those production buildings or something, because he's got to stop the Terran mecha machine like this from happening. Look at all this vulture harass that Lita is doing. He's getting rid of every single probe at this base. Although he's going to lose a lot of vultures in the process, he did completely stop mining at that new base from Stork. And now they're fighting over the mineral-only bases in the middle of the map. This is a pretty insane game, actually. I wasn't really expecting it to be this good. I was expecting it to be very good, but this is a pretty awesome TVP. I guess I should expect nothing less from Outsider, the game where anything is possible, the map where anything is possible, rather. Here comes a recall from Stork. He's going to recall on this brand new base from Lita. Looks like he might recall this base. I think he is going to think about recalling this base. Yes, recall of a bunch of Dragoons into this base. A very limited minimal recall, but that's all he really needed to recall into that base. He wants to keep most of his Dragoons still out in the field to hold Lita back from bases, and Lita is doing even more harassment of Stork's bases. Stork fighting over here, making Lita lift off that command center, so Lita is not mining a whole lot anymore, but you know what, neither is Stork. I think Stork still has more bases. He's taking that inside 5 o'clock once again, but he's not mining from any of his new bases. Coming up with his entire troop. This could be suicide on Stork's part. He's got to stasis those tanks. As soon as he finds this gigantic tank line, he's got to come up and stasis those tanks. Unless the Arbiters have been EMP'd, he's still pushing up the map with a huge lot of Dragoons. He's got to keep those Dragoons spaced out, but he needs a stasis. He really needs to stasis an EMP. Oh, Lita ripping through everything that Stork has. That EMP was crucial for Lita. I'm not sure if he would have been able to hold it. Yeah, I think he would have barely been able to hold it without that EMP, but yeah. Wow, this is an insane game. Lita is definitely still holding his own. And Stork might lose that inside 5 o'clock again. Lita is floating his command center into the inside mineral only. And he might be... yeah, he landed it there, so I think he's going to try to get even more mining in the middle of the map while Stork is still pushing up. He's going to lose this base again, and he's going to lose his entire 5 o'clock too. I don't think Stork, unless he recalls in here, I don't think he's going to have troops down in time to protect this base. But Lita's base is being ripped into here by Stork, so I don't think Lita or Stork is mining a whole lot at this point. Dark Templar coming up, but unfortunately for Stork, there was a science vessel in the vicinity. And Stork is still mining. He's still mining from a mineral only, and I'm not sure where Lita is mining from at this point. I know he's mining from the inside 3 o'clock, and he's mining up there at the 12 o'clock, and he's still... Man, this is the most epic harassment game I think I've ever seen. Both guys are just harassing each other like crazy. This is some high-level Terran versus Protoss. You see, Stork did lose his base, and Lita still getting rid of some mining from Stork. This is epic Terran harassment and some pretty epic Protoss harassment from Stork as well. But I really think Stork needs to think about doing even more harassment. Just maybe a recall into the main, get rid of some factories or something from Lita. But Lita, they're both really down on bases. I'd like to see the mineral intake for both guys at this point, although they're not really showing that on the lower right part of the screen, which I'd love to see who is actually mining here. Here's the first-person perspective of Stork. He has about 300 minerals I see in the tank, and he has a bunch of gas, so he's definitely keeping up mineral production from somewhere. I guess that inside kind of 8 o'clock base is really helping him out. But now he's still fighting up here. He's going to have to keep Lita from taking these bases. Lita does have, I think Lita has somewhat map control here, especially with those tanks positioned all over the place. He's going to be able to hold that 5 o'clock and take it for himself, and probably be able to take that inside 5 o'clock as well. But, man, this is crazy. Lita, he sieged that base at the 6 o'clock, so Stork can't even mine there at all. So Stork is being locked down by Lita here, and Stork is really going to have to do something special to break out of this. He is mining at that inside 8 o'clock, but for how much longer, I'm not sure. The Nexus at the 6 o'clock went down, so Stork is doing the right thing, getting a huge army out. He knows he's not going to be able to take another base without a huge army, so he has that huge army on the ground, and what is he going to do with this army? He has a few options. He could push straight into the natural, which is probably defended by tanks. He could do a recall into one of the mining bases from Lita, or he could try to defend this little area and get rid of this military, which I don't think he's going to be able to do. Lita has a bunch of tanks on the high ground, so Stork could pretty much lose everything he has. And Stork might be thinking about pushing the natural. He's pushing the natural with everything he has. He's going in with a bunch of zealots as well. He's got to throw the zealots out first to drag the mines into everything. Lita very smartly putting a barracks right there to take most of the Dragoon fire. And Stork's still trying to come up here, and Lita might be able to do a pincer. I think Lita might be able to do a pincer of all these troops, but this is a lot of Dragoons from Stork. Stork might be going in with some backup Dragoons as well. He has his Arbiter in play. But man, this is insane. Stork still fighting here, obviously fighting, and he knows that Lita is going to do the pincer, so he's going down with his own Dragoons to try to catch the tanks before they siege, but Lita sieges in time. He saw that with a science vessel, so I'm not sure if Stork's going to be able to do this. He's coming in with his Dragoons. He's got to space those Dragoons out,